Oh, the banned Skyra from game 1 has made its showing.
Hog.
But what do they pair with it? What do they want? I would like to see some actual hard lockdowns so that you can get the kill. We saw a really good pairing of Void Spirit Skywrath in a previous game. I loved that. The like Remnant pullback into Sky Ult was like made it so easy for team to pick off with that. Alternatively, we could see it with a Mars, a Faceless Void. I mean, not with the Bloodseeker most likely, but Legion Commander, old and gold, but no one really picks her that much anymore. We've seen Fnatic pick her a couple times, but that's about it.
I never want to see a Faceless Void again this match.
How dare you? How dare?
That hero is... I'm not going to say it's borderline bad, but it's...
He's banned, so he's clearly worth something.
I don't know why people ban that hero.
Yeah, why did they ban that? Are they like... I thought they were intending on picking something that Faceless would really destroy, but clearly not.
They just picked 2 supports that suck versus Visage.
Yeah.
So that's confidence.
Yep.
Confidence in everything else.
I was looking at Cowrie's hero pool, and like his like most played hero or something was Shadow Shaman, but then I was like, well, they wouldn't pick that into Visage. That would be stupid.
Well, they are.
Well, they got confidence. I trust.
So
in the
both these
process.
heroes, in theory, are really bad versus Visage, but they also are 2 heroes where, like, if you drop wards on the Visage and he gets stuck in them, you can instantly destroy the Gravekeeper Cloak, as well as Skywrath ult can do that too. So, it's as most things in Dota, its positioning is really, really important here. And both those heroes also can stop Marcy initiation really easily by instant hex or instant silence. So when she does rebound in, she won't get to dispose, and then she'll, you know, the classic die instantly without getting a spell off, and your teammates will ping dispose ready, and she'll feel sad.
Okay, you are gonna have to hear me out on this one. Rune
muting.
ears, they could just lost pick a Darkseer here. Now,
I feel like every time we talk about Darkseer, no one ever picks it.
well, yeah, they're not gonna pick it, but like, think about it.
They could.
Think about it. The Iron Shell shreds everything outsiders have defensively. Like, you slam that on a Dawn carry, she just goes in. She's gonna be doing so much damage. Just haste her around, just like a tank. Like the TA will have to go mid, most likely in that case.
Hear me out.
Okay, I'm hearing you.
I'm on Runeators. I'm picking Venom.
Those are the same hero. Like Darkseer, Venom, it's the same hero.
No, I mean Darkseer will lose the lane and then have impact later through team fight. Venom will crush the lane because you're laning. This ogre doesn't like playing versus Venom.
But they have to pick the Venom first. So what if outsiders simply pick a carry that can lane into Venom?
Then they're gonna have 2 carries, 3 carries, and that's hard to play Dota.
3 carries?
I mean, Visage is basically a carry. That hero does not make space. You're in the same position as game 1 on who's gonna make plays. Marcy? Cool.
5 seconds
Luck.
remaining.
She's got tiny shoulders. She can't do that. Yeah,
I mean, you can't have like
She doesn't have a back factor.
your support can't make all the plays in a game. Like every once in a while, you'll see a support like pop off and be like, "Wow, he solo carried this," but that shouldn't be a requirement for your draft. Like it's too much. Like not only pressure, but it's unrealistic and unreliable.
Respect that.
And there's your playmaker. That's the
boy.
mid Sand King.
It could be a mid Dawnbreaker. You don't know.
Doesn't Runeators play this mid?
I have absolutely no idea.
I think they did. They flexed it.
I thought you'd know what every team
move?
plays your boy Sand King.
I know everyone plays who plays Sand King, but I don't know who like.
Dawn.
Cause like I look at this game and I see that they could put the Sand King or the Dawnbreaker mid or off lane depending on like what this last pick is.
Oh, they can for sure. Like, I'm just sad they didn't pick the Venom. They didn't really listen.
Well, yeah, but they picked a better hero. They picked Sand King.
Definitely not a better hero.
It's absolutely the coolest hero in Dota 2.
Oh, the GPK Invoker. I think between Dawn and Sand King going mid. I mean, we already know who's going, but I think I would have rather seen the Dawn.
All right. Well, doesn't matter what you want.
It's true.
It is true. It's what the players want, and also what the viewers want. The viewers want our casters, Ares and lizZard, for the last time today. lizZard, do you like the lineups, the lane matchups that are going to unfold?
Yeah, I think they're going to be
pretty damn solid. Looking forward to GPK's Invoker. Some interesting stuff coming from Rune Eaters as well. A lot of early game potential for them, right? Like you have the Sand King, you have the Skyrat. It's looking solid. I'm kind of split, but leaning towards the Visage TA lineup.
Ooh, okay. Yourself, Aries?
I'm intrigued to see. I think the Sand King definitely helps out with some of the issues they had in regards to initiation, being able to set up for the Mystic Flare, and gives you damage over time to help out versus the Templar Assassin as well. But we'll see. Whatever we get a GPK specialty in the Invoker. So I'm happy to bear witness to that.
All right. Which team are you guys more excited to see on the couch? Not who you think will win, but excited to see.
Mid Sand King is my fave.
Okay. Yep, I'm looking at you, Fia.
Excited. Outsiders, easy one.
Oh, that's not what I asked, but thank you for answering and saying something anyway. But Aries and lizZard, last game for this series. Take it away.
Thank you, lizZard. There you go. Fear saying that it's a easy win for Outsiders. Are you on board as well, lizZard, or do you feel like the underdogs have what it takes to win this game 3?
I mean, it's always possible, right? Like, if they play their lanes right, I believe that they have what it takes to win the game. But for me, it looks a bit simpler to execute on the side of Outsiders. You have this Visage with Marcy, it's a broken combo. TA, it looks like a decent TA game overall. Yeah, I like what they've got. Plus she's gonna be buffed up, right, by the Bloodlust.
You got Bloodlust, Sidekick, Alacrity. Can you get any more buffs than that, good sir? I don't know.
Get some Solar Crest in, you know, some Helm of the Overlord, which Visage very likely will get.
But then may as well go
Actually,
raid
Pact,
packs.
right? Raid Pact is like 99% what he gets, but yeah, we'll see.
So I think
It's gonna...
Go, sorry.
No, like this bottom lane will be a bloodbath. That's pretty much the one I'm looking at the most. Yamich and DM versus the Bloodseeker. Look at it's already starting, right?
Oh no! I mean, this is first blood.
Yeah.
Carry should end up going down with the second round of the Soul Assumption. DM off to a cracker of a start. How about the bounties looking like? 3 for 1 would have been okay. They did get the D waters as well, but yeah, I mean, you give up first blood regardless. DM, what's he got coming out on the Corey with that gold? It's going to be 3 mangoes and a set of tangos.
Radiant's courier has been
Your
killed.
classic build, really, on the Visage. You just get a lot of mana regen and you spam your second spell. The Soul Assumption, you just can't play against that. You can't trade hits with the Visage as long as he's spamming you and you don't have any sustain. One way of dealing with this is getting a raindrop in the lane as soon as possible, but obviously you can't start with it.
Okay, this is a big thing. Kari was able to unblock the small camp, but I thought he was going to continue to play inside the jungle to try and block Yamich from dewarding, but he kind of entered the lane, so the Masters were able to step in, block the camp by himself, then put a sentry down as well, so this is now going to be... I thought it was going to be a nice start for Rune Eaters, at least having the small camp to be able to play with, and they blocked the hard camp as well, but that will not be the case.
Yeah, helping a little bit with the last hits can always be nice. One thing that Visage is really bad at is last hitting. The hero doesn't have the best animation. As a Shadow Shaman, you can just sit in the lane actually and deny everything from him. So it's a... Yeah, you don't get the pull, but perhaps this is even better.
GPK and Virgo relax there on the last hits, my guy. 9 and 4 compared to the 3 and 1. He is off to a hell of a start. And how do you feel overall about the Invoker this game? Is it something that GPK can thrive on?
Yeah, I really think it is. I have to say that I am not a big enjoyer of Sand King mid. I know it can work, but just overall, not a big fan.
I think we've seen really a lot of the success come out of melee matchups. And well, you're not playing to melee matchup, you're playing to a range matchup. So maybe they just feel like the Dawnbreaker would have had a little bit more tricky time laning against the Invoker, or maybe even a better time versus the Templar Assassin. But I feel like people like picking the Sand King to deal with the TA. Mainly the game, as we do see Ramses is getting chased down for the moment.
The top lane is becoming a little bit volatile now that they have their levels up, both Fanic and Arrow, so they're pressuring Ramses. This also benefits TA, right? Any trades on other lanes make this Bloodseeker a bit harder to deal with. But they don't have setup for Blood, right? That's another issue. You can Shackle, perhaps, or Hex Bloodseeker. It's gonna take a ton of damage here. Maybe even die.
See if they can continue the chase. T2000. He's already got the boots, a little bit of thirst, so yeah, Cell's gonna keep him healthy. I mean, Trick, what are your thoughts about the kind of the Ogre Magi concept that outsiders are playing with in this series in particular? We've seen it twice so far. The Ogre really hasn't been getting a lot of game time at all, at least from what I've seen. I haven't been watching, of course, every single region, but it's a hero that's, you know, hasn't, of course, had the limelight. What do you feel like is a big reason why outsiders are picking it?
Oh, same in the Chinese region. It hasn't really been picked a lot. If I don't recall any of the games actually. Why is it being picked? They just like it. They want to play the Ogre. It's a decent hero. It always was. Gives you some reliable stuns. Ignite. He's a strong laner. Is he something crazy like a Marcy? Right now, I don't think so. But they like it, right? They're Ogre enjoyers, so I respect that.
Lane Phonic? Might end up going down. Arrow's gonna try and get the kill onto Yokota though. Fire Blast back up and available. Ramses, along with the melt damage. Hang on, Ramses has stepped in. He's going to be able to get out of range of the Celestial Hammer, so the burn not going to prove to be an issue. And, well, meanwhile, Arrow gets a kill onto Yokota. And, well, Ramses is at least able to rectify that. Down the bottom we go. Shackles to the Blood Right. Little bit of damage for the moment. Dim, he's going to be on the outskirts, though, so he can pump in the Soul Assumption onto Kaori. He's going to be forced to enter the tree line, and the DM will not be able to continue the chase. They might go for the Bloodseeker instead. Tier 2000, just a little bit of poke prod, nothing crazy.
He's got 12 Magic Wand charges and the Raindrop. There's also Shadow Shaman bought himself Raindrop as well, so they listened.
Mid lane, JPK. Okay, no Sentry. He's very low, but had the Sandstorm just coming back up. JPK was trying to find that Cold Snap.
Bottom lane again, Yamich. Might be dead this time around. Yeah. I said that they had no setup for Blood Right earlier. I meant on Visage, right? Because you should always have your Marcy to jump in and break the shackles, but he's getting caught instead, and that's pretty much perfect for Rune Eaters.
I think the big thing we saw prove to be an issue for Rune Eaters in game one was just kind of the lanes. We were losing all three lanes and then getting the early game snowboard from them. I mean, we saw what kind of happened afterwards. Game two was a completely different kind of sequence of events where Rune Eaters had really good lanes. But what about game three? Like, is there any one lane that you feel like has gone better than expected or worse? There we go. Yokota and GPK combination together. They're able to get the first kill for Mr. GPK. Simone charges now into the arsenal for the Invoker. Always important with this Quaswex build.
The lanes are kind of even, right? Like everything pretty much according to plan. Mid lane, Haze.
Look at this rotation. Yamich trying to move on over. Multiple TPs coming out, and well, the Marcy's instantly out, and yeah, for some reason Raybound gives you a ridiculous amount of movement speed, so GPK will also get out of the danger zone.
Meanwhile, DM is left alone on the bottom lane, but it doesn't really matter. He's got the wand and Tranquil, so they aren't able, so far haven't been able to pressure him. Yeah, he's just getting that solo experience, and that's what really matters for them. Mid lane again.
Fire Strike's already been used, so he's going to get no distance away from the onslaught. Phonic's going to try and TPN. Might be able to get the double kill with the help of Arrow detection. They've got it. Nicely done. It comes at a cost. They'll lose Haze, but what a rotation from Phonic. Just got the ultimate off the back of the experience from those kills, so relied on the TP, and well, that was a beautiful read for him to get involved.
Yep, really nicely done by him. And also keep in mind the top lane isn't easy for him anymore, right? You're playing into that TA, she's got a good time, she's farming away. You can't easily contest her last hits any longer, so making that rotation. Just a very good read on the map.
Denied.
We're gonna see as well. I really like this play from Outsiders. Early ward dropped by the triangle. Well, that should reveal it at least with the tornado from the low ground. But I mean, Sand King has always been a hero that's really thrived. This hold that thought bottom lane. Cowrie is very deep. The Shadow Shaman. What's Mr. Cowrie doing here? Next to a secret shop, tier 2000. There's not really much a Bloodseeker can do to kind of help out there. So them finding another kill.
They were diving a little bit. Keep in mind that they also have Solar Guardians, so maybe that was the plan. In the end, they decided not to commit. GPK invading the Ancients. They have a Dust, but this is a hard kill. We might get punished for this.
The backside arrow is connecting as well. GPK gotta be cautious. Funnick doesn't have mana to play with though. Oh my, triple tornado on point from GPK.
Rupture.
But even tier 2000. The Bloodseeker looking to get out of bottom. GPK just gets out of the Solar Guardian range, but they have detection. No way! Oh no! No! He got the Roche tonight.
That's just so damn sad. You rotated every single hero from the map to get that kill, and it doesn't work out in the end. Meanwhile, Visage slowly but steadily starting to pressure that bottom lane. Is level 7. By the way, yeah, interesting build from him. DM with 0 levels of Gravekeeper's Cloak. This is... Look, I'm a Visage spammer. It's one of my most played heroes. And I don't think I've ever done this. Like, getting no levels of Gravekeeper's Cloak, that's some new meta being made right here in front of us.
GPK should be able to run into Arrow. Meanwhile, they are also getting a kill into Cowrie as well with the Marcy and Visage in combination. Trying to get back to the safety of the T2 tower, but the toss is away. Will not be any assistance. So beautifully done. 2 kills across the map for the lads on Outsiders.
Yeah, keep in mind that the Marcy can jump off birds, so these kind of kills will happen way more often from this point onwards.
When you play your filthy Visage games, what is the traditional skill build that you would go for?
Oh, it depends. You usually want to max out the grave chill together with the cloak. You can leave 1 level of soul assumption, sometimes no levels of soul assumption. When you're going offlane, you obviously need it though. Haze,
Bottom lane, Haze.
he's dusted.
Look at this, 3 heroes just instantly swarming to the Sand King behind this tower. The Sandstorm damage is starting to rack up a little bit in Yamich, but looks like he's going to get no assistance coming down. I mean, this is a big move from Outsiders. You've got the catapult timing, got familiars, and you're really looking to open up the map as well. And then we can see how the threat of the pickoffs are really going to start to be an issue.
Yeah, they go straight for this tier 1 on the bottom lane. I wouldn't be surprised if they start rotating the Visage towards mid. And then you go for the tier 1. Basically what you're doing with this hero is you're going from one objective to another non-stop, right? You're taking very minimal, if any, breaks. And now he has that Vlad's completed. They're pretty much ready to fight all the time. There is a blink on Haze though, in 5 gold.
Do you feel like Rune Eaters maybe look to take a fight around mid with this blink so they can try and convert it into a tower?
I think they could set up a defense around mid, like you said. If Visage goes there, they could kill him off. Or they could set up wherever he is. You basically want to stop him from getting too big and from pressuring your lanes. He will always be doing that exactly, right? Like he shows up to the lane and just starts pushing it in.
Playing on the edge, Funnick. Pushing forward in this lane. They're going to look to try and reveal it with the Mystic Flare. And there we go. Haze is in. There's not much Ramses are going to be able to do, and he's going to be a bit cautious if they can try and move this on to another kill. I mean, we have seen Ramses getting a lot of me time. Took a crazy stack at the Ancients. He's going to casual glove of haste, which I don't know if he did this in game 1. Have you been seeing any TAs go this casual glove of haste? I have not.
Yeah, I haven't. It's a new one, but he has 2 hands, 2 gloves. Makes sense.
Ah, okay. Okay, so we're just thinking logically here. Makes sense. We've always... carry players, they like to get the the efficient item. What, for quite some time... It was CT. Oh, hang on, GPK? I believe they were smoked on Rune Eater, so great positioning from the Invoker.
There was one patch in which gloves started being picked up, like two of them even. But I haven't seen that in a year.
Oh, he's gonna be in trouble. Look at this. The Solar Gun in the turnaround. Hayes is in with a Burrow Strike. Phonic's gonna fall up as well. All the AoE damage is proving to be an issue. Then TA2000 just gonna beeline towards Ramsey's location. Now they'll turn to the Ogre as well as Rune Eaters. You lose the Sand King, but the instant answer from Phonic Solar Guardian just to buy them enough time.
Perfect, right? You get the perfect 2 kills as well, the TA and the Invoker. Plus you have your Shadow Shaman wards instantly planted on the mid lane to pressure another tower. Visage deals very well with them. Like the birds just insta-kill the snakes. So they have that going for them on the side of Outsiders, but they have to be so careful not to feed any more of those kind of fights. Because it's dangerous. Your TA doesn't have a Dezo.
We saw game 2 was a really big issue for Ramses and how he's been able to get caught out across the map. A lot of that was set up off the back of Hayes' rotation, so first death for the Templar Assassin. Ramses is still top of the net worth and sitting pretty comfortably there. I need multiple kills to bring him down, Phonic. He's going to be in some trouble, but towards the right side, they're going to be able to run into Yokota. So Hayes and Arrow once again. Beautifully done. Arrow's up to a dominating streak.
They're getting so many of these easy pickoffs on Rune Eaters. It's insane. Like, you really have to stop the bleeding on the side of Outsiders. Like, Sand King plus Skyrat should not be getting so much damn work done. I'm not sure what the problem is for the Outsiders. They're just not positioned together at all times. GPK? Like, do they have the damage? Like, the 2 of them, they don't really have the damage for Bloodseeker, right?
No, he's got 21 charges. Ogre Axe, I don't think so. I mean, Cowrie's doing a really good job as well, just to stand next to the Bloodseeker.
Yeah. And keep in mind that there's also, obviously, the Dawnbreaker, right? So... kinda maybe that's the difficult part of Outsiders draft. Like, what combo of heroes gets things done on the map right now? Like, you need a Visage for everything.
Top lane. Damage. Go to the right side, carry. Just able to get in range, even use the sentry as well, just to have that little bit of vision in the tree line. T2000. He's having a really good game on this Bloodseeker, 3-0-1. And he's pretty close to the BKB. Maelstrom BKB is by far one of the bigger timings for this hero. We might have a fight break out in the river though, GPK. Gonna try and hold back the Sand King, at least preventing Hayes from being able to pick up the power rune. Is he gonna tick out? Sunstrike? What? What? It looked like it hit.
Level 1 Exhort.
Did it hit?
Level 1 Exhort. I think it did connect. It's just
like...
no damage.
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought it was still gonna do a little bit more with the tick coming through from the vessel and the ignite. I guess it's only level 2 ignite.
Dire's top tower is
There we go. Mid lane push though. Ramsey's gonna look to get involved. They'd love to get this tower on Outsiders. Starts to open up the pit for the Templar Assassin. Having Deso, you can get a little bit more pickoffs as well.
You just pop the sidekick on the bird, right? And you let it go ham. It can kill the tower on its own.
Look at the Shaman now. Arrows is forced to intercept this, but it puts himself in such an awkward position. Dakota, one smackdown of the shovel, gets the kill, and meanwhile, they found the tower, and they're going to look to try and move this into the pit now.
Yeah, you have the Desolator, you have the Vlads, Visage with the Blightstone, a ton of minus armor.
Jesus. You got maxed out sidekick as well, so
Yeah.
plenty of damage. There we go, outsiders. The Aegis should be able to play with. And BKB should be coming up pretty shortly from Ramses as well. They're just really going to look to put Ramses in the front now, get some towers, chain more kills out of the back of it. And, you know, GPK's already in a position to try and stalk the back line.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is
It's like one of those drafts on the side of outsiders that once they pick up the pace and start snowballing together, it's very difficult to play against. It's just that they fed a lot of these solo pickoffs across the map early on, like the Sand King plus Sky, right? They did a ton, and because of that, the Bloodseeker got to the point in which he has a BKB, almost. And Dawnbreaker as well, and you might even be able to fight, but you lose one fight next to your base and the side is just gone, just like that. If you're Rune Eaters, that is. So they have to pick their fights very carefully.
He might get Yamich top lane. Haze and Arrow stalking him in the tree line. Oh, can they see him? Power strike. Oh, he just gets him a couple of seconds away. About half a second, but unfortunately not going to be the case as Arrow and Haze run him to him in the tree line. T2000, BKB not completed. Man, this has to put a lot of pressure onto Rune. You're mentioning how difficult it is going to be for them to take a fight, knowing in the back of their mind, if we lose a fight by our own territory, then outsiders would just absolutely clean up. So it's going to be very difficult for them to take this successful skirmish.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, they're just trying to split for now. Kaori, he might use the Serpent Wards as well on top lane, right? Bottom tier 2, I'm not sure if they can def this. Panic might throw a Celestial Hammer, but that's about it. Yeah, the wards committed on top lane. Did you see that play with the sentry, by the way, and the wards?
Up top? No, I did not see.
Top lane?
Kaori? Silence as well. Gonna be a little bit cautious here. He's gonna look to jump. Shikoda trying to take up the Mystic Flare. It's not gonna be able to soak up enough damage to keep the Marcy alive. They do deal with the snake, so tier 2 tower is gonna be claimed down bottom, and they will protect top.
They did lose Marcy now, like a couple of times in a row. One nice thing for him is he has that Philly, right? Every time he's dead, he just pops the Philly back in inventory, chills, gets good old passive income. He invested when he was younger, now he lives off of dividends. Feels good.
He's rich beyond his wildest dreams. I guess that's Arrow though. 8-4-2. You as soon as you saw the Sky, you're like, I like this pick. And we're seeing how Arrow's been able to perform with it as well. Having a really good game so far, but is this a hero maybe you feel is a little bit undervalued throughout the DPC in general?
I feel like he's valued just enough, because he doesn't work in every single game, and it's a support that just brings a ton of damage, but it's also very easy to deal with. Some Force Staffs, Glimmer Capes, Lotus Orbs, whatever, it all messes him up. And you kill him off very easily, right? He's not the fastest, he's also very squishy.
A2000, uh-oh. Might be forced to pop a defensive BKB. They're gonna close the distance. Oh, he didn't use it. Yamich is in. Phonic is in with the Solar Guardian as well. There comes the defensive BKB, but the damage is ramping up. One more right click. The amp from the Alacrity was plenty to get the kill in. Uh-oh, not the high ground siege.
Haze is tipping back in, but he has no mana. Like, he can't even blink in and stun. He doesn't have enough mana for both of his spells. Like, they're losing. Remember what we talked about when it comes to where you pick your fights?
This is not even a level 15 Visage. Just imagine till he gets to that stage.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh, you're not going to have Solar Guardian for this fight. Let's see what Haze can do. Needs to pull something out of the hat. Damn, he's gone just like that. They've got the Aegis for another 20 seconds on Ramses, but he just turns, rips apart the life of the Sand King. And now Marcy, he's going to beeline to the middle of the fight. They're trying to target down TA2000 for the moment. And BKB turns it back around, but they don't have the control. He's unable to lock anyone down, and Ramses, he's going to go toe-to-toe. It might run into the Sunstrike. Oh, just off the mark. Now back inside the lane, the Aegis. It's just expired, so Ramses, he's going to be killed off. Funnick and Hayes, they get a big kill. It comes at a cost. You lose a full set of barracks mid. You lose the melee racks down bottom as well, but you get something out of it though.
Yeah, you get something. You kill the Visage, you kill the TA. You live to fight another day, but this is... So what happened here? It's not like Outsiders were so far ahead. What happened is that they just found a pick-off. They found a pick-off on the Bloodseeker. After that, it just all falls apart for Rune Eaters. If you don't buy back, you're losing a side 100%. The side of Outsiders, it's one of the fastest pushing lineups there are right now in the game, so... Unfortunate. I still feel that if Rune Eaters just fought as 5, they could perhaps even win a fight. But these pickoffs are where the problem lies.
Now being down 9,000 gold for Rune Eaters. See what is a potential to happen in a lot of these fights, but T2000 it doesn't have the armor really just to run into the middle. With the meld minus armor, but the Desolator really starts to add up, and you know this Bloodseeker is an agi hero. You need a little bit more levels and a little bit more items really to be able to prevent the damage coming through from TA.
It's one of the weirder carries to play, right? The Bloodseeker. Because you just have to understand the hero very well. When you can go in, how your thirst is ramping up, and just what your power spike is. Because you can find yourself in this situation. You have BKB, you have Maelstrom, but so what? You just can't approach anyone.
I'm intrigued to see when he tries to fit the shard into his build as well. I think this shard is incredibly strong, but it's just, it seems like it's a game where you're not going to get too much value out of it though, I suppose. You need a lot more items to protect you.
Yeah, I don't think it's that good this game, right? Like you're playing versus TA.
No. Don't do that, TA2000. Yeah, nice read. Don't go up the high gun. Jesus, they just kept the sky in. Ramses, quick fingers with the BKB. That's a dieback on Hayes. You got to get out now. Rune Eater's in shambles, just trying to beeline to the jungle. Protected for the trees for the moment, but who do they want to target? Sky's #1. They should be able to get the kill. Funnick's going to buy them a little bit of time, but they're in on top of TA2000. They don't get the Bloodseeker, but they might get everyone else. Arrow's gone. Funnick would just evade that attempt, but Outsiders have 0 casualties from that engagement.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They're just in full goddamn complete control. There's a tier 1 still on the top lane. He can just take that without the creeps. Then creep skip, wait for his creep wave, or they can go for throne. Let's see, as they are still smoked up on a couple of them.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Did just refresh the glyph with taking that T1 tower. But okay, it's not gonna matter. They're not gonna stick around. They just get the full set of barracks down bottom. Nothing crazy. Outsiders, well, it's up to a very big lead, and it's not like Radiant have the greatest lineup to be able to form some crazy team fight shenanigans.
Yeah, I feel that even the late game is definitely in Outsiders' favor, right? At this point, when you look at it, only the Bloodseeker will truly scale. The Sand King did his part. He got his Blink Dagger, he got his BKB, a couple of pickoffs, but it just doesn't do as much anymore. Bloodseeker.
They're up to T2000 already. Again, Ramses. Man, this guy's quick on the fingers. This game, BKB, no hesitation. Multiple times, Hayes just hasn't been able to find the combo. They're going to look to buy back for one last fight, but the damage, it's not coming through fast enough. A rampage for Ramses. They might be able to get a double rampage as well into the tree line, and they do just that. What a statement to close out this game 3 and secure the series victory.
Yeah, something needs to be said about Rune Eaters. Like, there's definitely a lot of potential in the way that they play. Even with the stand in Funnic, right? There's a lot of potential. They understand the movements on the map, but you can't allow yourself to make these small little mistakes. Small little mistakes versus drafts such as this one just lose you the game. You feed one kill after another, and you don't just feed kills, you instantly lose a full side, full set of Raxes, or in particularly in this game, 2 sets of Raxes. So unfortunate, as they were making some solid moves with the Sand King plus Sky, but in the end it doesn't matter. Once you get those levels, you just lose. You just take all the objectives that you want to as outsiders.
It's a very important series for outsiders as well, because their previous one versus Na'Vi, they got steamrolled. It was a 0-2 defeat, and even though that game 2 for outsiders in this series in particular wasn't the greatest, still the fact that are at least able to recover from their previous series loss, you know, take it as a series they're probably expected to win. You know, Rune Eaters coming in as the underdogs, but you know, the fact that outsiders can still prove that they are here to play, being able to take this one in 3 games, and now they're going to put themselves in a position where they are 3-1 on the table. So those lads are looking good to start off 2-3, but in the end they're able to take this game through pretty convincing. There was some minor hiccups here or there, but once they got online, we saw just their steamroll really come into full effect. So it's going to be outsiders taking our second series of the night. We're going to send to a break, and when we come back, we'll have an interview with the panel.
Even though Rune Eaters got game 2, outsiders bounced back in game 3. They secure that and this series win. Might have got an extra game than what a lot of us were expecting, but this game 3 was really good for outsiders. It definitely posed a little bit more competition than game 1 that they won.
Yeah.
For you guys, the Sand King. Let's just talk about it. Let's just go right in
Oh,
and
look,
talk
there
about
he is.
Rune Eaters Sand King. There he is, yeah.
Oh. This was a really good fight for them, wasn't it? They kill
Yeah.
everyone, yeah.
Yep.
Well, Sand King died, but what can you do?
All
Mhm.
right, let's
Sacrifice
talk
has
about
to
the
be
Sand
made.
King. So, like, this clip is very misleading. Like,
Okay.
that was a good play
Mhm.
by Rune Eaters for sure, but the Sand King really struggled in mid lane, and they ended up bringing both. I mean, there's one point where they TP'd both supports defensively to try and help the Sand King, and they canceled both support TPs.
Mhm.
Sand King just lost mid pretty badly. This is like their last pick. They needed something that could make space. It felt like really old school Dota. Like, you pick Sky, pick Sand King, you hope to like run around the map and get kills, but they sacrificed their laning stage pretty hard for this.
That's true, you know. They had to bring support. Like, they had to bring so many people mid, including their, like, entire offlane, you said, to kill Invoker. And it's like, it feels so bad because the net worth gap is widening. Like, Sand King is just dying every engagement and not getting the XP from the kills. Like, bruh, he is having the worst time.
Outside of just the Sand King lane, though, how did you feel the other lanes went for both teams, and sort of transitioning out of that into the more mid part of the game?
All right, let's see here. So the Shadow Shaman didn't have a fun game. He went 0-6. He was first blooded. Lane did not go for them. T2000, he did okay in this lane, but at the end of the day, Visage still free farmed. This Marcy Visage lane, incredibly potent. Already talked about the mid lane. GPK got incredibly farmed on his Invoker versus the Sand King. And then the top lane, like, I just want to briefly talk about like the Dawnbreaker yet again. We're seeing it picked first pick in the off lane. Clearly not that type of hero you just first pick and you dominate your lane, because it's lost its lane twice now in a row. Again, forced into this BKB rush first item. Not feeling the impact of this hero right now in the off lane with this build. Would love to see people change it up or pick a better support with it. I don't like. I think they're expecting to win their lane pretty hard, and they're just not.
Yeah, the BKB rushes felt so bad. Like, how many times this game did we see them running away, like, pop the BKB just to try and escape, and then it doesn't matter because it's a TA hitting you, and she just killed them through the BKB. Like, I just watched Dawnbreaker, like, oh, she BKB, oh, she's dead.
She's still instantly just like gone from 100 to 0 real quick.
Pretty much, like, it was really bad.
I'd rather see people just like experiment with this hero. Maybe pick Crimson Guard up in this game versus the Visage for the supports.
Okay.
And, you know, go for the Shard, a little bit of a cheaper route. Like, you go BKB first item, don't have damage. I feel like I'm talking about this every single panel. This Dawnbreaker
true.
offlane, and it's had the same results every single game. So I'm gonna keep talking about it until people fix it.
Until they watch this
Yeah.
broadcast and listen to us.
That's the thing. It'll be the one time that you don't bring it up that someone will be watching. So you just have to consistently bring it
Exactly.
up all the time.
Spread the word. Spread the gospel.
That's right.
Send them this clip. Listen to Fear, guys, if you want to win a TI.
Exactly. With Dawnbreaker.
With
With Dawnbreaker
yeah.
specifically. We talk about cores a lot, right? I also want to hear from you guys about the supports, I guess way that both of them integrated into each lineup and how they helped or didn't help with team fights when it got to the later stages of this game.
Well, we talked about, like, I felt like the supports on Rune just really had to help, like, the Sand King a lot, and their game became, like, revolved around that. Also, it feels bad having a Sky and a Sand King, and what you want is them to just, like, pair up and literally just go around the map killing everyone, and because they're, like, behind or just, you know, not really playing it well, it just felt like they weren't able to do that. So if it just felt like the purpose of their draft was missed, and they were dying and not getting ahead as a result. You want to talk about?
Yeah, I was gonna say
You
you
have
have
to-
anything to
no.
add? No. All right,
He
cool.
He doesn't want to
Perfect.
talk
He
about
doesn't want to add anything more.
the other
I think
supports were better.
I
They
think
won.
we have something
I was
more
gonna say,
interesting in store.
I was
Okay.
about to say that. Oh,
No.
you guys are taking my job.
Oh, god
The reason
dang.
why I didn't have anything actually wanted to add on is because we do have our interview ready. It's going to be DM. He is going to be
Let's
joining
go.
us. DM, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on the win. How are you guys all feeling there playing
Oh,
together?
Sorry guys, I was chatting with my friend.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe you
Okay, I'm
wouldn't.
ready now.
Well, you wouldn't place importance on us. Firstly, it was just, it's great to have you back on the broadcast, DM, and just wondering how you guys are all feeling over there on Outsiders.
I mean, we're feeling kinda okay. We won the match eventually.
Yeah.
Second game was a bit hard, I think.
Mhm.
It's we played not the perfect one, and drafts are not synergizing with our heroes, I think.
Yeah.
So it was the hard one in this case.
Do you feel that it was mainly just game 2, the draft really fell apart, or do you think there were a lot of things in game that you could have improved on to still get a win there?
I think our draft required really high data intellect usage per second, and the thing is we didn't manage to get enough for this time. So it's just very hard to play this draft like this. And in my opinion, when it's really hard to play the draft is not successful. So
Yeah.
that's why.
Okay. For game 1 and game 3 drafts though, was there anything from Rune Eaters that surprised you guys, or you were pretty prepared for what they had in store?
I think they could have picked a better hero against our Wizards. They'll pick. That's all I can say. And the rest is just kinda expectable,
Okay.
in my opinion.
The other hero that was really impressive this series for you guys was that Zeus. Do you only really see it going mid this patch for the way you guys play, or do you potentially want to change it up and put it in some other positions as well?
I think nowadays in Dota, if you have enough Dota intellect and your players are flexible enough, you can play any heroes on any roles. For example, I can say that Alliance Wiha is playing carry Hoodwing when you always see this hero on support role, you know? And this guy plays it mid, he plays it safe lane, sometimes he plays it offlane. So you can play Zeus even safe lane hero if you do your drafts the way you need. Like you can have TA mid, some Beastmaster offlane, and Zeus is just a safe lane hero who is, you know, like chilling and doing his impact in the draft. Meanwhile, Beastmaster and TA are taking zones and then taking Roshan. That's it.
Oh wow, thank you.
All right, my question's going to be about Dawnbreaker offlane here. So, it's being picked a lot, first pick. It's going to the offlane. It hasn't been winning its lane, it's had hard lanes. And so far, everyone's going BKB first item in the offlane. Do you feel like that's still like the best build, or can it be explored more with going for, you know, if you don't have the best game, rushing BKB, can you have a lot of impact as Dawnbreaker?
I think against some drafts that is built in Desolator and Shard, it's kinda okay. But mainly that's only two builds I see. Rushing Desolator into Shard and also rushing BKB into Desolator, or maybe BKB Dagger and then Desolator some games. But I see many people playing Dawnbreaker with Saber and I think it's not that good.
Yeah. So
It's like, old ways. Maybe also Dawnbreaker should be played with Armlet, like people do nowadays with Night Stalker.
yeah.
That's also the way it could be.
Okay. So I've been seeing Dawnbreaker struggle a little bit in the offlane position. Do you think its best role is in the offlane? If it doesn't have like a good game, do you think it can have a lot of impact still, or a good lane? Sorry.
I think Dawnbreaker should be picked with the heroes that do that do a synergy for him. Like, what's Dawnbreaker? It's a hero that's connecting with a hero who is attacking. So if you don't have a hero who does attack, you're not able to do any plays as Dawnbreaker post 3. You're not the guy who's gonna run himself and do a stun on Dawnbreaker. There's no way. I don't know in which universe you're able to stun with Dawnbreaker, like front laning, So it requires some decent draft understanding for this hero, and we kinda fucked up this game too.
Gotcha.
As well as you remember, we had only Wind Ranger to blink stun,
Yeah.
and it was like minute 20. It's
Yeah.
not the way you're gonna play the.
It seems like you learn a lot from the wins and losses there, DM. But
Wait, what? I didn't
yeah.
get to ask a question.
I literally have production in my ears saying we have to end this interview
Oh
because
my
we have
God.
to get to the next series. So I'm sorry, TM. Thank you so much for the interview.
fair.
Amazing
Yes.
information. Well, hopefully we see you guys again and we get to see you win so we can interview you some more.
Okay.
See you around. Good
See
luck.
ya.
See ya.
Bye. I am
I hate
so
you
sorry,
both.
Sheem. I'm so
That's
sorry.
not
You
fair.
can't. No, I didn't know. You
I
have to
was
be mad
so
at production.
excited.
Anyway, we have to go to a break because we do have our next series coming up. We are running a little bit behind schedule. So we will be back with the
Yay,
Bet Moon
bye.
Party series.